Welcome to the video. Today we have a special guest. His name is Rob Silva. He is a real estate agent. He's been in the business for a couple years now, but he's going to share his experience as a new agent. He started at 19 years old, and we're going to go over some of the biggest challenges that he faced when he first got started. So let's dive right into the video. Welcome to Coffee with Closers. In this series, we interview top real estate producers that are out there making big things happen in the real estate industry. That way you can learn from their failures and their big wins so you can start winning more in your real estate business. Welcome to the video. Today we have Rob, and he's going to share some really cool information and a really good story with you. So if you're a new agent, you have a really big treat coming your way. And Rob, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Yeah, of course. So Rob, let's talk about some of the big challenges you face. So like you, I started as a 21-year-old agent. You were actually 19 when you started, which is, in my opinion, much more challenging, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So either way, starting as an agent that's super young is a big challenge, it's a big leap. And, there's a lot of struggles that come with that. So what were the biggest struggles that you faced, and how did you kind of overcome them?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, like you probably faced it as well. People want to work with somebody that they, comes off as competent and, very experienced. Yeah. So ways around that, you have to do your homework. You have to be, 10 times more knowledgeable than the top producer that they're also going to interview. Yep. You got to be just as good, if not better. Show up in a suit, look like $1 million.
Yes.
And you have to have some confidence in yourself. You can't, they're going to give you objections. And a lot of the time, some of those objections may be real. And some other times, it might be to test you. They want to see if you're going to fight back. If you have a spine, we have an old saying in my old office, if someone's going to discount their commission, they're going to discount your equity when selling your home. So
that's so true. I like that.
I think really owning who you are, owning, your confidence, being you, and, the pitch at the end of the day, it's who's going to work harder for you. The guy that's going to, plug his computer, put your listing on MLS and then sit back and wait for calls, or somebody that's going to do the work, reverse prospect for you. It's really about going above and beyond and, compensating for that lack of experience.
So adding value is a big piece.
Absolutely.
Okay. And now when you meet with these clients, when you first started, did you work with more buyers or more sellers?
Yeah. So when I very first started, I worked with renters.
Renters? Okay.
Yeah, my start. So I went to Salve Regina, great student population, great place to get into rentals. So that's how I got my start. But when it came to transactions, I didn't know anybody that wanted to buy. Everybody I knew was renting. So I had to start from zero. I, went on Zillow, for sale by owners, and just start cold calling, see if I could get in front of these people, see if I could, offer some value. So that's what I would do on my school vacation breaks, Christmas break, summer break. That was my project. That's what I would do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you started real estate, you were still in college.
Correct.
Wow. So, and you were working with a lot of the college students, so you can kind of instantly relate and build rapport, because you can say, hey, I'm a student, I'm also a real estate agent, let me help you get your next rental.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
That was a big in for me, and that really showed me how reputation, word of mouth, it's everything, Salve, it's a vacuum, everybody knows everybody. So you do one rental, you get 3 referrals. You do 2 rentals, you get 6 referrals, and it compounds.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that
for me.
So what do you suggest, say there's a new agent out there watching this, what do you suggest that they start off with rentals, or should they move right into sales right away?
Yeah, I think it really depends on where your opportunity is. I had opportunity as a rental agent, so I took it. I had to kind of create my opportunity as a sales agent. If you're 32 and you're getting into the business, you probably know some people that are ready to buy.
Yeah.
I was 19. I didn't know anybody that wanted to buy or sell. Other than family, friends and family,
that's
things
it.
like
Yeah.
that.
So it's
but even then, it still takes time to build up that credibility. So I think for a new agent, you have to really look in the mirror, figure out where you're at and where you can capitalize.
That makes total sense. Okay. So the transition from rentals to actual sales, how did that go, and what steps did you take to kind of get out of that rental business and then get into sales, which is much more lucrative, and in my opinion, it's also easier,
Yeah. I think the sales business or the rental business rather, is a condensed version of a sales transaction. You still have escrow money in escrow, security deposits, compared to earnest money deposit. So it was nice that I had that experience doing rentals in a good volume to speak professionally to the client, speak professionally to the other agent. And you also have to have some guidance, with it. Talk to your mentors, talk to brokers in your office, other experienced agents, and kind of see how they're doing it, and if they can impart some wisdom on you. Something I also used to do was, if I didn't have anything going on a Saturday, and my broker didn't want to go to an inspection or an open house, I was the first in line to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So just take every opportunity to get in front of people that might be looking to buy and sell.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Absolutely.
Now, when you did get in front of these people, what were the challenges that you faced? Like, did people say, hey, you're too young, or did you not get that at all?
Yeah, I got a little bit of that.
You did?
Especially my first listing, just to get them to meet with me, I had to kind of say, nobody's going to work harder for you. I have, everything on the line. This sale is just as important to me as it is to you. This is where I'm making my start. And I kind of made up for the lack of experience with hard work, perseverance, persistence. And, I also leverage my office. We have 36 plus agents in our office that have done millions of dollars in sales.
That's huge.
So, I'm the boots on the ground, but I also have that bug in my ear. If I need help, I have it.
That's awesome. And then conveying that to the seller was a big part of it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So my broker actually went on that appointment with me. I led the whole meeting. And when it came to when they, started to question my experience, because I said, this is my first listing appointment ever. This is going to be my first listing.
Honest. Too.
Yeah.
That's big.
They appreciated the transparency, and my broker was very credible, had the experience. And when they saw how much he believed in me, they believed in me just as much.
That's huge.
And he stayed away from the transaction. He had nothing to do with it. And they had a great experience.
That's huge. That is huge. So it sounds to me like, in your experience, that transition, getting in the door and getting your first one was the biggest challenge. And then once that happened, it kind of snowballed because you had the experience to kind of build off.
Yeah, absolutely. The experience, and more so the confidence.
Yes.
Your first couple days, calling for sale by owners, cold calling anybody.
Yeah.
You start to wonder if this is actually possible.
Oh yeah, cold calling can be tough.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah. But once you're like, hey, I've done this before, I can do it again. And then you do it another time. Then you get excited for that next call session, because one is out there that wants to work with you. You just got to find them.
That's exactly it. It's a repeatable process at that point.
Exactly.
And then you just get better and better and better as your skills build up, and then your time becomes more useful because it might take you 50 calls to get an appointment rather than 150.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. So any other last pieces of advice that you want to share with new agents out there that might have just got their license, they might be young and they're trying to make this work?
Yeah, I would say the most important thing is that you have to be you. You have to,
I like that.
You can't pretend to be someone or something you're not if you're young and you don't have as much experience. You need to own that. A seller's going to see right through that, especially a savvy seller. They're going to see right through it. People respond, in my experience, to transparency, loyalty, and ultimately you show them that you are confident with what you do. And then the rest takes care of itself.
That's huge. I love that. And that's the biggest thing, being genuine and just building a real relationship and showing people that you care.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest thing.
100%.
So Rob, thanks for coming on. I think this is a good piece of information for you if you're just getting started. And if you have questions for Rob, definitely drop it in the comment section below. And if you like this kind of content for real estate entrepreneurs, smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.